Usually the January transfer window there's not much to talk about because there's barely any signings. However, this time as a USMNT fan, there's so much to be hyped about because there's been a lot of American players that made it Europe over January. And that's why I'm here to talk about the players that left America to go to Europe. But before we get in the video, I just want to let you guys know that around 84% of you guys who are watching my videos are not subscribed to my channel. So you guys could please subscribe. It's completely free. You can always unsubscribe later in the future if you don't like my future content. Also remember to leave a like, let's start reaching 100 likes this video. And also remember to follow my socials, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, all at Nabhuto, link in my description. Alright man, now let's talk about all the American players that have left America to go to Europe and try to ball out there. The first person on this list has to be the American left back George Bello. In fact, he recently left Atlanta United Arminia Bielefeld in the Bundesliga for $2 million with a 25% sell-on clause. But there's something pretty interesting that happened with George Bello's transfer. In fact, he was never going to join Bielefeld in the Bundesliga and he was almost set to join Cercle Bruges in Belgium. This is because they had a better offer for Atlanta United and Atlanta accepted that offer instead. However, George Bello declined the offer saying he didn't want to go to Belgium and wanted to play in Germany, and that's why Atlanta accepted Bielefeld's offer instead. Next up we got Kevin Paredes, who's also another American left back. He used to play left wing back for DC United and sometimes he can play left winger as well. Like I said earlier, he played for DC United and recently left to Wolfsburg in Germany. And this move was for $7.35 million. In my opinion, he's one of the most talented American exports in this January transfer window. And speaking about his relation to the USMNT, he has not made his debut for the United States men's national team. However, he's taken part in camps. He's also played for the youth camps as well, so he seems pretty inclined to represent the US later. Next up we got the biggest American transfer to Europe this window, and it has to be Ricardo Pepi to FC Augsburg. If you guys didn't know, he played for FC Dallas and recently joined FC Augsburg in January for $20 million. This makes him the most expensive FC Augsburg signing and also makes him the most expensive American export in the MLS. Fun facts about him, he won the USMNT and MLS Young Player of the Year award in 2021. Not only that, for the national team he has 3 goals and 3 assists in 9 games. And also for a terrible FC Dallas side in the MLS, he had 13 goals with them. He's probably the most talented American this window to make the jump to Europe, and he's probably our number 9 going to Qatar 2022 if we qualify. I'm super high on Ricardo Pepi. I think he's going to be one of the biggest talents in the future, and I'm super happy he chose the United States over Mexico. Next up we got Daryl Dike, who's also another American striker, obviously. In January he left Orlando City to join West Bromwich Albion in the championship in England. However, there's one problem with this West Brom move because the manager who wanted him coached him at Barnsley. His name is Ismail. He recently was sacked from West Brom. Not only that, Daryl Dike has had a rough start for West Bromwich Albion, and in his second game for them, he had an injury and now he's out for 8 weeks. Next up, Cole Bassett, who is a center attacking mid. He recently left Colorado Rapids and joins Feyenoord on an 18th month loan but with an option to buy. A fun fact about him is he got his first cap against Bosnia in December and he actually scored the winner coming off the bench late into the game. Not only that, his MLS stats are pretty good because in 72 games he has 13 goals and 11 assists. So I think Feyenoord has signed an underrated American for the United States. Next on the list we got Justin Che, who is a young American center back. He has left FC Dallas to join Hoffenheim on an 18th month loan. Some facts about him is he had a stint with Bayern Munich 2 on loan before returning to FC Dallas to play in the MLS for 1 season. Also in my opinion, he's another high potential center back and he'll probably be the starter with Chris Richards in 2026. However, he is not capped to the US and he still has some options. So basically he has accepted calls to the USMNT before and he has played for youth camps for the US, but he hasn't decided completely on his international future yet. I obviously think that he will end up representing the US, but he still has options like Germany on the table. Next up we got James Sands to Rangers. He's a center defensive mid and a center back. He has just recently left New York City FC to join Rangers and he just won the MLS championship with New York City FC, and over last summer he won the Gold Cup with the United States. I think the move to Rangers could definitely help him with his defensive side of the game, and I think if they play him as a 6, he could be a backup 6 for Tyler Adams. But obviously James Sands is a very versatile player, so we'll see where Rangers usually play him. Also on this list we got Jonathan Gomez, who is a Mexican American who plays left back. He recently left Louisville City FC in UCL and joined Real Sociedad. He's an 18-year-old left back who will start on Real Sociedad's reserve team and will work himself up. And regarding his international future, he's actually represented both Mexico and the United States in youth camps. However, in December against Bosnia, he recently made his debut for the United States men's national team, which means he's captained them for now. However, in the past he did say he's open to both countries. However, I think he'll represent the United States because of the lack of left back options, which is a good thing because I think Jonathan Gomez has a lot of potential. Next up we got Auston Trusty, who has joined Arsenal. This is pretty surprising to me. He's a center back for Colorado Rapids who has recently left to Arsenal and will join them in the summer. However, there's not much to say because he's not even playing for the USMNT right now. He's not even on this team sheets. I think the move to Arsenal was because of the Kroenke family who own both Arsenal and the Colorado Rapids, and apparently according to rumors they only moved him to Arsenal so they can clear up some GAM for Colorado Rapids. So I think this is a move for the Kroenke family. I don't think Auston Trusty will even play for Arsenal. He'll probably go out to loan or something. Speaking of Americans in Arsenal, there's going to be another American in Arsenal soon. Matt Turner, who is one of the starting American goalkeepers. According to Fabrizio Romano and a lot of other sources, he has left New England Revolution and will join Arsenal in the summer, but will play for Revolution until the summer. He will probably push Ramsdale to fight for that starting spot. However, he will probably start as a backup when Leno leaves in the summer. This move is a little suspicious though because New England Revolution and Arsenal have not mentioned anything about Matt Turner joining Arsenal. However, reliable reports such as does Fabrizio Romano have? So I think they'll probably announce it later in the summer, but it seems like Matt Turner is headed to Arsenal. Anyways, this is all the Americans who have left the United States to go and fight for a place in Europe. Anyways guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to subscribe if you haven't already. It's completely free and you can always subscribe later in the future if you don't like my future content. Also remember to leave a like. Let's try reaching 100 likes this video. And remember to follow my socials, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, all at Nabhuto. The links are in my description, so please follow them, especially my Twitter. Follow that please. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video, man. Peace.